up, YouTube? My name is Benaz86, and this is my first battle rap vlog in a very long time. I just got done watching URL Resolution on Caffeine. It was the first time I've watched a Caffeine battle live in several weeks because I'm just so busy. There were cancellations. There was a Real Name Brandon versus another battle rapper. Real Name Brandon was going through some personal stuff. And then Charlie Clips battle also got canceled because Charlie Clips is going through some other stuff. But Smack assured the audience and the people in the venue that those battles were going to be rescheduled at a later date. Now, the three battles that did happen. The first, T-Top versus Corey Sharon, the Smack Killer. T-Top really killed it in the first. In fact, I actually gave him the first round, even though Sharon had a massive, like 30 or 45 seconds of rebuttals to start his first round. Like, it was insane. One thing that I'm going to take away from Sharon, even though I am a massive Sharon fan, is that he has to stick to the time limits. In fact, that was one of the themes of this whole pay-per-view. Like, people calling times, like, just stick to the time limits. I would say there's like a nice little grace period, like 15, 20 seconds. You want to get your last piece out, sure. But after that, it becomes overkill, and then people start complaining, yada, yada, yada. So I gave T-Top the first. I had Sharon with rounds 2 and 3. Now, this is not saying that T-Top didn't perform. He performed his ass off. But I would say that Sharon had enough material in rounds 2 and 3 to give him that W. So it wasn't a gentleman's 30. It wasn't a dirty 30. It was a 2-1 Sharon. I gave Sharon rounds 2 and 3. But T-Top did a fantastic job. The second battle is a lot harder to judge because the stream got very choppy, and even Jay Black and Nunu Nels acknowledged it. And so right now they are replaying that battle between Averb and Issa the Block Captain. So I can't really tell you who really won the battle. I know people on the on Caffeine were saying 2-1 either way. So unfortunately, I can't give you a clear response to that battle. I mean, like I said, I was seeing bits and pieces. You know, Issa the Block Captain, I haven't seen many of his battles, but I like his energy, I like his aggression, and I like how he is directing it at his opponent. And Averb, you know, I've been Averb, I've known since the Grind Time days, and now I see he's got dreadlocks. Wow, growing out his hair. I thought he was retiring. I thought Averb was retiring. This was like 2017, 2018. Here we are 4 years later, he's still rapping. Well, good for you, Averb. Good for you. And finally, guys, the main event. Hollow the Dididanon versus DNA. Both hailing from Queens. DNA did not play. DNA got personal. Hollow got really, really emotional, which is unheard of because, you know, whenever I think of Hollow the Don, Hollow's been doing these, you know, these face-offs with people like K-Shine, and K-Shine's getting all emotional and, you know, acting out, and then it just turns out to, like, mess with his head, you know. That's when I think of Hollow. Hollow is the type of guy who gets inside your head. He's trolling you. Kind of bring you off your game. Well, DNA is not that type of guy. Hollow, he came in strongly in the first and he started losing steam. DNA just never got his foot off of the pedal. He was just pure attacking this guy. Of course, you gotta understand that DNA is really dope with the freeze, so he had a very good rebuttal at the beginning of his first, and he was rebutting a lot of the stuff that Hollow the Don was saying. And also, I knew DNA was winning because Hollow was talking while DNA rap. And that's why I got a lot of respect for DNA, because whenever somebody is rapping against DNA won't say anything. It's like maybe on the occasion he'll just say, "Hey, that was dope," or he'll just say, "Okay." So I think one time DNA faced Stop Being Dirty. He faced Jims, and Jims was saying that DNA didn't had terrible hygiene, and DNA was like, "That's not a lie. I took a shower." But that's it. He stays very quiet. So I like his sportsmanship. I really do. DNA brought probably three of the strongest rounds he has ever crafted as a battle rapper, and Hollow was getting angry, especially with time. Like I said, this is a constant of time. DNA was cooking so much, and then the people in the back were like calling time. I guess so. There's these time limits or whatever, and DNA was like, "All right, fine, go." And then with Hollow was like, "Yeah, I'm done with my round." Psych, I lied, and then he just kept continuing, and it just wasn't. Whatever he was spinning just wasn't hitting with the crowd, which is obvious. He was freestyling. He just Hollow the Don clearly underestimated DNA. This was probably what am I saying? Probably this was the match that was clearly one-sided. Like, if anyone says Hollow even won a round, they should reassess this battle and look at it again. This is a clear 30 for DNA. Clear 30. Clear. And, man, I mean, it just makes me wonder how would things be different if this battle had happened sooner? Because DNA and Hollow were both on Smack around the same time, but Hollow seemed to be the one who got more, I guess you could say, more famous off of Smack. Don't get me wrong, DNA was there, but Hollow was getting really, like, the really high-end matchups, the main events. You never see DNA main eventing on a Smack card. This is probably one of the rare instances where he's main eventing on a Smack card. And that's not to say DNA is not a main eventer, but this was a clear grudge match. Both cats are from Queens, but DNA was very prepared. He had very well structured rounds. He had freestyles. He had rebuttals. He made Hollow very uncomfortable, and he was very personal towards Hollow. And in fact, during the third round, one of Hollow's entourage was talking trash to DNA while he was rapping. And, like I said, DNA didn't back down. But honestly, Hollow's guy needed to shut up. He is there for moral support, but your man's getting his ass whooped, all right? Your man is getting his ass kicked. This is fact. Pure fact. I mean, my goodness. Hollow underperformed. I have to say, he underperformed. DNA with a 30. So, in summary, URL resolution on Caffeine. First battle, T-Top Sharon. I gave it to Sharon 2-1. Rounds 2 and 3. I gave T-Top the first round. Aver versus Easy Block, the captain. I can't really determine because that's when the stream got very, very choppy. And so, like I said, they were replaying the battle when I first started this video. And then finally, Hollow the Don versus DNA, the main event. DNA with one of the ugliest 30s I have ever seen in battle rap. Now, this is not going to tarnish Hollow's legacy. Hollow is still a battle rap legend in his own right. But DNA is definitely raised his stock with this W. And before I even end this video, I want to say that I especially liked DNA calling out Loaded Lux. And not just any Loaded Lux. He wants gray hoodie Loaded Lux. And if Smack is smart, he will make this happen. So, thank y'all for listening to my little summary of URL resolution. My first battle rap vlog in a very long time. Shout outs to Smack. Shout outs to everybody repping URL. Shout outs to T-Top. Shout outs to Sharon. Shout outs to Averb. Easy the Block Captain. DNA, Hollow. And for the two battles that did not take place, obviously it sucks, but you know what? Life happens, and I hope that each of the individuals involved in those canceled battles are doing okay. Alright guys, I am Bonanza86. I hope to make another rap battle vlog very soon. I'll see you next video. Peace out.